What does your YouTube channel art say about you? That and more in today's episode. If you've looked around, you might notice that we got new art recently. If you check out our main page, that's youtube.com/user/school, you can see that we've gotten new art. You should be able to see it in our thumbnails, in our end cards, and pretty much all over the channel. And I would like to go through what we have and what it says about us, as well as discuss what yours may say about you. The first thing that anyone sees about your channel, unless they're linked directly to it, is your thumbnails. Your thumbnails speak volumes about you and your content. Here on this channel, we've chosen a school theme. Chalkboards and apples and chalk in general, even though modern schools very rarely use chalk, still it's in the popular psyche that these things are related to school. They're related to education, and that's what we do here. So it was a natural choice to use these things for our channel art. If you take a look at our thumbnails, you will see a consistent theme. You'll also see consistent bits here and there that maybe are replaceable. However, they are a cohesive part of the whole. That's important. The next thing that you may notice is the channel banner. The channel banner is an opportunity for you to communicate a little bit more about your channel without necessarily going overboard. Of course, you don't want to just have a lot of text up there explaining who you are and what you do. You want to communicate this visually, and you want to do so in a clutter-free way. So, for instance, if you have 32 images all jam-packed in there to say what games you're playing or what kind of vlogs you do or whatever the case is, people aren't necessarily going to pick up on that or identify with it. It's also not going to help push your brand further. It's important that your thumbnails and your channel art deal directly with your content. This can be an in-joke with your audience, it can be a certain art style, or say if you just make vlog videos about the country France, you would have things that reminded people of France in these. Moving on from that, you have your avatar. Our avatar is a circle with an S in it. Well, of course, S is short for school. However, even the font chosen here is very important to us. It's reminiscent of a Letterman jacket letter. These are usually something that you see on college notebooks or anything dealing with colleges, which again is like school. People associate these things with education. So that covers our static content. Static content is stuff that's kind of always there. What about your dynamic content? The content that can change places or locations depending on the style of video you're doing. Like an end card. An end card is a great way to communicate to your audience other videos that they may have missed or may want to see again. For instance, ours has a place for two separate videos, one on the left, one on the right. These are wonderful things that I love to death. I've used them for a very long time. They're great for being able to allow people who finish your videos to move on to another video, which increases your watch time and overall makes you look pretty good to YouTube. An end card is also a great place to add annotations for things like subscribing or social media. One thing to remember about end cards, you can link directly to videos, or the slightly smarter option is to link to that video, but in a playlist. This gives your viewer exposure to even more videos. Instead of exposing them to just the next video or the previous video, you are exposing them to an entire playlist full of content. Something may catch their eye. Remember, every view that happens on your channel could be someone's very first time there. So little things like this help add up and give you more chances to grab somebody and to let them identify with you and your channel. There are other channel art things that really do matter. For instance, a logo that you place maybe in the corner of a video or something along those lines. Some people include what's called a lower third. Lower third, if you've ever watched a news program, is that string of text, or maybe just a box for text to go in, that goes across the bottom of your screen. This is, again, great for non-verbally communicating with your audience. You can use it for pictures, you can use it to communicate another video. Say if I were now talking about end cards, and I had previously done a video on how to set up end cards, I could then use that lower third as a very professional way to communicate that without mentioning it on screen. Channel art can also be other consistent things, like for instance, a backdrop. Sometimes, the simplest of backdrops is the best. If you don't do green screen, you can still do stuff with backdrops, but it's a little bit more difficult. Chroma key, or green screen technology, nowadays is very cheap, and it doesn't really take a powerful computer to be able to do it. Of course, it always helps, but it doesn't require it. And it does add a little bit of professionalism if you're doing videos like this one. So now that we've come to what's almost the end of the video, I'm curious, do you like our new channel art? If you do, let us know in the comment section down below. If you don't, let us know in the comment section down below, but try to be nice. If there's anything that you would change, let us know. If you would like to showcase your own channel art, leave a link to your channel down below, and I'll check it out, possibly other people too. Till next time, I'm Anthony with School. Like, subscribe, comments please. Would you ever release your real name online? That's what we're talking about today in this episode. The YouTube video bar, how does it work? That and more in today's episode.